Okay, so now assessing the knee joint. I'm going to make sure I bring the knee into full extension. So I get movement on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over. Put my little funny check thing on. Have him drop this knee down so y'all can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to start on his lateral condyle, or medial condyle, sorry. Come up here. And I'm going to take my fist, cross over, take my three hands like this, and I'm going to make a fist, make a little V. Make sure my thumb is pushed inward, like that. V, parallel. And then I'm going to the wrist, and do the same thing on the lateral side. The V, parallel. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a posterior two, which is the same thing, but I'm basically starting medial and going lateral. So here we go. And then lateral. Okay. So now I'm going to do it in flexion. So basically, I'm going to bring his leg up to a 90-degree flexion. I'm going to take my medial hand, find that medial condyle, and take sissu slack, lateral to medial, facing my other hand back, and then just, and then on the other side, I'm going to find a lateral condyle with my lateral hand, and thrust. And then for the posterior tibia and flexion, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with the medial side, take the tissue slack, and thrust, thrust. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and flip over. Now I'm going to assess the hip. If I can, get you to go ahead and raise your leg up for me and resist. Okay, weak, like a little birdie. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and assess his spinous greater trochanter. Come off. Assess. Oops, sorry. Here. With the V. Okay. Now reassess. Go ahead and bring your leg up. Super great adjustment. Okay, now I'm going to start going into some of the alternatives. I'll just go ahead and stay on the hip since I've already got the hip. And so basically I'm going to start with external rotation. So I'm going to bring his leg up to 90 degrees. I'm going to come in and then out. And I'm going to externally rotate the hip out. And then I'm going to place on the greater trochanter. See what kind of restriction or movement I feel. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Except this time I'm going to internally rotate. Okay. Then I'm going to check his tensor fasciolae muscle. So I'm going to bring it up. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to hold both of them. Go ahead. Okay. Now after doing that, I'm going to do a posterior glide of his hip. Basically just checking the acetabular joint. And I'm just seeing the different types of movement. Okay, found a little restriction there, so I'll go ahead and adjust that. Now, moving on to the great toe. Scoot back some, if that's possible. Yep. Okay, so on this one, sounds good. I'm going to take my lateral hand on this toe, starting at the metatarsal phalange joint, and then go ahead and adjust, and then the interphalange joint, and adjust. Okay? And then now I'm going to have him rotate over, and I'm going to start checking the alternate talus. So I'm going to go ahead and have him flex right here, and then I'm going to be on this side. Make sure that My hands are on his talus, my thumbs are on the posterior aspect of his calcaneus, and then I'm going to pull and thrust. Alright, and for the other alternate,